Hey there, welcome back to another tips, tricks, and strategy video about the mobile game G.I. Joe War on Cobra. Today, I want to talk to you about something that if all of us that are currently playing, chose and did on the first day, and everyone who's about to begin will do again. And it's a little late, but I still want to talk about this. When we started the game, we had to choose which faction we wanted to be part of. Were we going to be G.I. Joe or Cobra? As you can see on my screen, I chose G.I. Joe. But there was one thing that wasn't made completely clear as far as I could tell, and as far as a lot of the questions that I've answered by other people. There was some confusion, and that confusion is switching factions, because it was mentioned that at any time you could switch factions. Cool, okay. But, for all of you who've played other games where you've switched things, sometimes it's a full on switch. You go from one group to another, and it's not like you can go back and forth anytime. Well, that's not true with this game. This game, you can jump back and forth at any point between G.I. Joe and Cobra. In fact, the more I am playing this game, the more I kind of think they want you to. Let's open up the events here real quick. So with the event that's going on at the moment, that's going to be ending here. At the top, you notice you've got some silver coins. I have 3680 silver coins. Well, you can earn coins by doing missions on the G.I. Joe side, as well as the Cobra side. In fact, if you were to just do G.I. Joe or do just Cobra, you're limiting yourself quite a bit on how much coins you can earn. I don't really want this to turn into an event video, by the way, but you spend those silver coins on these buyout boxes. And you've got the G.I. Joe buyout box and you have the Cobra buyout box. You could either spend half your coins on G.I. Joe or half your coins on Cobra. Or you could spend all of your coins on G.I. Joe or all of your coins on Cobra. And so the way that is structured, it makes me think they really want us playing both sides, as if maybe we're a mercenary. We're a mercenary that kind of jumps back and forth. Kind of a weird place to be, if you ask me. But anyway, so how do you do that? Well, actually, let me back up for a second here. It kind of makes me think also that choosing who you're going to be was really not it was kind of a pointless thing. I mean, if you're going to be jumping back and forth so much, why should we have to choose G.I. Joe or Cobra at the beginning? I thought we were choosing G.I. Joe or Cobra because that's who our allegiance was going to be to. Not that we're playing both sides of this war. We're a mercenary trying to, be on both sides. So here's my G.I. Joe interface. For those who don't know, how do you switch, say, to Cobra? Or if you're on the Cobra interface, how do you switch to G.I. Joe? Well, in the top left corner, you'll see your level number. My level is 8. And there'll be a little star and a Cobra symbol that has arrows, like switch back and forth. If I tap on that, it says switch faction. You will change factions to Cobra. Any progress will remain and all of your building and cargo timers will continue to count down while you play the faction. I know in one of my first videos I read that. I don't think it really made full sense because I didn't want to switch at the time. If I click on confirm, you're going to go through the loading screen, and then it's going to load up your Cobra base or your G.I. Joe base. And wow, look at that. I was attacked quite a bit. I'll pinch out so you can zoom. And here's my Cobra base. So what that means, what that message meant was, it's like you're turning the game off. These things are set to timers. Your minerals will accumulate over hours. Your oil will accumulate over hours. Your gold will accumulate over hours. It's like you've turned the game off when you switch factions. Your other side will still keep accumulating. It'll still keep working and growing. G.I. Joe Farmville? I don't know. So that's fascinating. One thing you can't do that at least I haven't discovered is you can't fight your own base. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? You build up your own bases and then you can test your bases out with your other group. So what is the purpose of being able to switch factions? Well, I may not fully understand it, but I don't think there is a deep reason to be switching factions, except for it's kind of like you're playing two games. So you've got extra time to play. You play your GI Joe side, and then maybe wait a few hours. You play your Cobra side, and with the way they've got their battle cargo, which is something we'll be talking about in the future. You heard a little bit about it yesterday, but the way they got their battle cargo in the top right, you can only do 6 trophy resource gathering battles per day. Per day, 24-hour wait time between that. And so, you could choose to do your G.I. Joe battles, say, at noon, and then your Cobra battles at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And that way you can play throughout the day that way. It's a bit silly that they don't have a different time setup, but, it's their game. So I think part of it may be Battle Cargo. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I don't know. But really and truly, I don't know why you'd want to switch back and forth except for longer play. If they can keep you playing the game, you might buy more, you might spend more time, you might watch more ads. The one thing I did notice early on, and maybe it was a glitch on my end, was that I was able to watch 3 ads on the G.I. Joe side, jump to the Cobra side, watch 3 more ads. Each ad gives you 25 diamonds. And so I thought, wow, hey, that's kind of cool. I'll do that. But recently, that's not happening anymore. That there's only 3 ads, period, for a count, which is disappointing because I'd be happy to watch 6 ads, 3 on each side for some diamonds. Just a thought. Now, some interesting things about being able to switch back and forth is that up here at the top, you've got minerals, oil, and gold. Those are faction specific. So my 2,697 gold is only Cobra gold. My G.I. Joe gold has a different number. This 366,000 oil is Cobra specific, not G.I. Joe. I'll have a different number. It's the resources like that that are faction specific. The diamonds are shared between the factions. So my 2,084 diamonds are 2,084 diamonds on my G.I. Joe side. And then, as I mentioned earlier with the events, the bronze, silver, and gold coins are also shared between the accounts. So that's kind of neat, if you don't want to if you want to use both sides to farm the silver coins, and then you just want to spend all the coins on one side, that could be a big benefit. Like with the Snake Eyes Storm Shadow event, if you really like Snake Eyes or you really like Storm Shadow, you could use all those coins to get which one you want. If you like both, you're out of luck. You're going to have to pay some money. So anyway, those are some interesting things. Your level remains the same as far as I can tell. Let me see here. My experience is 378 out of 423, level 8 on Cobra. Let's switch back to G.I. Joe and see if that's the same number. Boom, boom, boom. It is not the same number. 373 out of 423. Wow. That's different. Huh. So we must level. The accounts are also leveled differently. The tiers will be different. These trophies are also faction specific. So my 475 trophies on the G.I. Joe side are not 475 trophies on the Cobra side. I don't know if there's any good strategy in trying to build your factions at about the same, or if you can, supersize your Joe side and not work on Cobra, or reverse that, swap that. I don't know if there's advantage there or not. There's still a lot of discussion about that. I keep seeing, like, some people say, yeah, you gotta build them, fairly even, and some people say, like, wow, I've played this game only on the Cobra side or only on the G.I. Joe side. I didn't even know I could go the other side. And so I would say that there's some debate there. So beyond that, I just want to make a video about, clarifying, yes, you can play both sides, and yes, you should play both sides. It'll benefit your overall game. The other thing is these cargo chests, all these Yeah, all these cargo shipments, not battle cargos. But, oh, battle cargo is also independent. When you do your 6 battles on Cobra, your time will start from that first battle. And then on G.I. Joe's side, if you do your battles 6 hours later, you can do your 6 battles then, and then you'll have a different timer. So the battle cargo timer will be different. The cargo shipments are also separate. You can get different cargo on Cobra's side and different cargo with G.I. Joe. Now, the neat thing about that is you get free cargo on both sides. So I think it's 4 hours, every 4 hours, you get a free cargo shipment on Cobra and G.I. Joe. So that's really neat. You get a lot of extra stuff because you're building cards separately. You're building your resources separately. Now, actually, here's one of the things that's interesting. The alliance down here is faction specific. So, like, for example, I'm on the G.I. Joe team right now. And I've opened this up, and the alliance I'm currently a part of, not my alliance, but if you can find it, you can join it if you want to. I'm not going to tell you not to. But anyway, the alliance here, when people are requesting cards, or sorry, let me back up. The alliance here has a faction. It's aligned to Cobra. Since I'm on my G.I. Joe side, if I want to give this guy some, looks like missile bats, if I want to donate, it's going to say, nope, you can't do that. You have to be on the Cobra side. So you can't, I don't think I can, nope, you can't request cards. You can't go into, oh, you can go to the Alliance store. Okay. You can't go and donate cards. You can't request cards. There's a few things you can't do if you're not loaded into the correct faction. The faction that matches your Alliance faction. But you can, if you're the Alliance owner, and I'll talk more about this later, I shouldn't get into it now, you can also switch factions. So you can change your Alliance back and forth. There's a bit of confusion there. I mean, switching back and forth, and I don't know. So, there's some information about the factions. Should you choose, do you have to worry about what you chose? I didn't want to get stuck with Cobra. I wanted to really play the G.I. Joe side till I realized you kind of have to play both. So I hope that's been informative and helpful. If you've got any questions, toss them down in that comments. I'm trying to help people as much as I can with my knowledge of this game so far. I'm not a long-term player. I wasn't in the beta testing. I have just been playing this like most other people since January 20 or late January 19. But anyway, oh, never mind. So anyway, yeah, I mean, throw your comments down. I'll try to help you as best you can, and look at comments of the previous videos if there are questions you might have. I'm kind of building a very small fact section in my comics, in my comments section, because people have been asking, how do I do this? And I've been trying my best to help answer them. So if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It'll really help us out. Hit that like button, and that'll send a message to YouTube that you like this stuff. And it'll tell me you like this stuff as well. Have a great day. We will see you on the next video.